welcome to the Igloo. My name is Brute the Penguin, and I'm brought here with Artymisk and Apollo. And this is episode one. If you are interested in these two guys, their Twitch info will be down in the description. And that's it. All right. What's up, guys?
Uh,
Hey,
Nothing. Thanks for the
Uh,
invite, buddy.
of course. I couldn't have started this. I don't think there's any two people that I could have picked better to do the first episode with. Because it's so easy to talk with you guys, and you guys just rant forever.
Thanks for the compliment, maybe.
I am a shy, demure. I have nothing to say ever. I don't know what you mean.
So
I mean, I'm obviously the loudmouth in the group, so
oh yeah, definitely. So we would just watch State of Play, and we were talking about it a little bit, but I know you're both excited for Final Fantasy. I know
yeah,
Artie was freaking out about it.
yeah, especially about that free version update. I love
So
that.
I
That's,
saw
that's
that
nice.
I saw that that's free, but is the DLC free?
I don't know because even if the DLC is not free, if they give us a free update to the main game, it's just like, hey, you have a free upgrade to the PS5 version. You could literally just pay for the DLC. That's
Yeah,
honestly not a bad idea.
and you're getting like new characters and everything too.
Yeah, like there's at least 2 new characters that you're able to play, a whole new story chapter, and like you get the updated graphics. You can prioritize for the 60 frames per second because some people literally shit their pants over that kind of thing.
Oh
I mean,
yeah,
it's just a win-win no matter how they do it.
yeah. There's some
And I don't
people.
think I wouldn't mind paying for the DLC since when do you ever get free story DLC? It's
Yeah,
whatever,
absolutely.
it's fine.
No.
And if it's a free story DLC, my god, man, like what are they doing? Like they're just giving away free shit. I mean,
My question is it gonna be like Final Fantasy VII Original, where it's like plot related? Because it's gonna be about Yuffie, so I'm curious if it's gonna be like something about her backstory.
so have you guys actually played the game at the
Yeah.
moment?
Oh yeah.
Like, have you
I
guys
haven't played the original one.
Okay, but have you played the remake at least? All the
Oh
way
yeah,
through?
yeah.
Yeah,
Played the
yeah.
remake.
So all right. So spoiler warning for anybody watching. So the original game will take place of like the original events in Midgard. Yuffie looks like it's an add-on story about things that are happening behind the scenes that have never been shown before. So literally, this story, the story chapter, looks like it's going to be mostly new content that we've never seen, with like a couple like nods to things that we didn't see in the original version, but know that it inferred in the original version taking place during the same time.
Yeah.
Because in the original version, and sorry, Apollo, for minor spoilers, but Yuffie wasn't anywhere seen in Midgard in the beginning of the game.
No.
So we just have to like, I don't know like how they're gonna fit this in, but it's still just interesting, and we get like a brand new character that's probably gonna be like shoehorned and introduced in like almost immediately when part 2 comes out. So
Yeah, I wonder if he's gonna be part of the main cast, because so we've all played it, and we know now that with these creatures dead, that anything can happen. Like
yes,
this is anything can happen. Like I have predictions. Like I don't think Aerith is gonna die. That's like my biggest prediction. And I
I don't
know
say about that, but
I think I know she'll probably die, but I think something will happen and somebody else will die saving her.
that would be rough if they killed a different cast member instead of
It'd
Aerith. That'd be really rough.
huge.
Like, imagine if they murdered Tifa instead. That'd be ouchies.
Yeah, it would change a lot.
Owie.
And then
I do think though, if they I don't know anything about her death in the original game, but like if they maybe like get to that part, climax it, she doesn't die, and then they kill her like 2 scenes later.
Oh, I bet that
Like,
they're exactly gonna do that.
yeah.
They're gonna
If
defy
you-
expectations by, oh look, you saved her, and then she's gonna die anyway.
it's
You know,
gonna be like, have you
opening
watched
up-
The Walking Dead?
opening of that wound from your childhood for like ever. Yes. Are you talking about
The Glen
season
scene?
7 opening?
Yeah, where it's
Yeah,
like they
yeah,
killed Abraham, and then it's like,
Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
well, back to it, and then they kill Glenn, and it's like, holy crap! Like,
Well, you fucked up now.
oh yeah.
No,
It's
I mean,
crazy.
it's just I really feel like Square is going to do that to us. They want to find a way to hurt us all over again, and that'd be the perfect way to do it.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
whether it like change the member and like completely destroy you like psychologically, or like make you think like you had a choice and you could do it, and then rip it all away anyway. Like they want to reopen that childhood wound. They want to tap into that vein and not just make it like, oh, this is just gonna happen, and you just get to like slowly watch a roller coaster ride down to it.
Yeah. And so yeah, it's definitely, and I know you guys are definitely both going to stream it when it happens. It doesn't come out till June, I think.
I'm thinking like since we get the free version update
But
and saved it.
we both got to get a PS5 first.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, hopefully by
See,
June
Apollo's over there being
acquire
smug.
one.
You can see it in his
but
background too.
Yes,
Fucking
she's over there.
in it.
She's a beaut and she's large.
It's very big.
She a
I'm
thick
not gonna
girl.
lie, it's giant.
Yeah, I don't even know where the hell I'd put that in my room, to be honest.
With you having it vertical
Yeah.
like that, does it block the fan?
Don't they offer you a stand to put it on? Like,
Yeah, there's a stand.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay,
yeah.
okay.
They say if you have it
stand.
if you have it horizontal, they're like you need to stand on it anyways, which I don't really know why, but I'm not gonna question it.
I
Just
guess,
follow directions.
yeah, just listen, right? Like the good boys.
Yeah.
And
If
so,
you break your system and call Sony and you haven't followed the directions, that's your fault.
and so,
But you know, it is really big.
yeah, it definitely is. And I'm hoping once I get paid, I'm gonna try to get one. I'm not gonna go to the extremes of paying $1,000 to someone, to a scalper. Like it's just there's no way. But I think
I'll wait my turn.
I think they're becoming more available.
As time goes
They
on, they
are.
will. So hopefully by June there will be like a plethora, and they'll be readily available in stores,
They
and
just weren't
maybe
ready.
like. I mean, I would kind of wait. Like if I'm gonna buy a PS5, I would like to wait to see what happens in June, because to celebrate something as big as Final Fantasy VII coming to a brand new system, they might do a special edition, and I would totally want to get on board that.
Oh, that would.
So if I can get like a PS5 like Final Fantasy VII edition, I would be.
I wonder if Apollo will buy a second PS5 after that.
I won't.
He spends all his money on everything.
I mean,
I didn't even buy a PS4 Pro. Like, I'm not.
That's fair.
They've kind of messed around with like the thoughts of like interchangeable faceplates and stuff, and apparently, the faceplates, if you know what you're doing, are easily like swap aroundable anyway. So eventually, I imagine they might actually just let you decorate your PS5 with like Sony brand faceplates of different things in the future anyway.
That'd
So
be smart. But,
it would be smart. Like,
so-
hey, free money just to make your shit look unique because you're you.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, like they would do that all the time with PS4s. I couldn't even count the amount of PS4 versions that came out. Like,
Yeah,
you had
there's
like
a
The
lot.
Last of Us, Days Gone. You had like the Celebration one, which was my favorite, but I didn't get it. But it was like the all blue one, and I was like,
Mhm.
oh, this looks amazing.
I liked the Batman one that came out with Arkham Knight. That one was really cool. I was really upset that I just bought like a brand new one 2 months before, and then that one
Oh,
came out.
That's unsaid.
It was gorgeous. I wanted it really bad.
Maybe one day. You know,
Yeah,
it's
so-
$3,000 for that PlayStation. Oh, so
The closest I come to is sticking stickers onto my PS3.
funny
That's
story.
the closest I come to skins.
So I just moved, and so we were cleaning out. I have a sock on my arm, but we were cleaning out the back room and putting some stuff from this room in there, and I found this VHS of ET, and I was like, "Huh, that's cool. I wonder how much this is worth." And it's the green and black one, the VHS cape. And I look it up, and I'm looking it up, and it's like $2,000.
Holy shit!
I was like, for ET? I was like, there's no way. And so, and
I
then
mean, collectors can pay a lot of money, man.
under that, it's like if you have the original version, diamond version of Beauty and the Beast, it's $13,500
Wow.
of a VHS.
I need to start digging through some of my VHS.
I was like, oh my goodness. Like I would never, I don't think anyone would buy it for that. But like if I ever sold that VHS, like the ET one, I'd be like, here's $1,000. Somebody's bound to grab this one day on eBay and be like,
Possible.
oh my God, I've been missing this.
Well, like if you undersell it, then if they could literally just buy your VHS and then buy a case and just
I have the case too.
make them kiss. Oh,
I
then
have them
if
both
you're
together, it's like gold.
yeah, I mean, you could literally sell that for a
Make that
pile of money.
money.
Probably.
I was
Get
like, oh
two
my goodness.
PS5s.
Get two PS5s. Get both of them.
I'm selling my classic VHS movie for a PS5.
Oh my
Crazy,
God.
huh?
How you break the system. But
Crash the stock markets.
Oh yeah, just like that was crazy. I never really got into Bitcoins or stocks. I've always wanted to get in the stocks, and I missed my chance. I'd have
That's
been
a
like the
shame, right?
best scans ever. I'd have been rich right now.
Well, like by the time it started coming, like it was too late to get in anyway. I mean, like I'm assuming we're talking about the GameStop meme shares at the moment.
Yeah.
But like when that kind of thing happens, if you're not on top of it before it starts happening, you're already way too late.
Could you imagine
So
the guy before, like some guy one day was just like, I'm gonna put some stocks in the GameStop, like, why not? And then the
yeah.
next day it's like, holy shit, I'm rich.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I just made a life-changing amount of money overnight by
All
literally
because of
just
some fucking
being there.
Redditors.
Hey man, like it's just, and it's crazy. It's like what a way for like regular people to show the system's rigged, and then the system showing like, yeah, you're right, it's rigged.
And now we're gonna stop you all because it's rigged.
Yeah, no, yeah, like you got away with it for a couple days, but now we gotta rig the system so we're making the money and you guys can.
Yeah. It's like, you ever seen those machines that you put the coin in and it pushes the coins ahead?
Yeah.
Yes.
There's actually, the best way to do it is to unplug it, put all your coins in, and they stack. And then when you put it back in and it pushes, all your coins are like in a line, so it just pushes them all at once.
That's smart.
Yeah, that's so. I when I was in West Virginia, there was a sex shop owner that I knew who showed me that trick. And he was like, "But once I show you this trick, you can never use this machine again."
Once I show you this trick, after I show you the other tricks. But no, you can't use the machines.
Yeah. And so yeah, that was it's interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of
Usually, I feel like
ways to beat riggings.
I mean, that reminds me of a guy that they were doing interview about a professional claw machine guy, and he knew like the tricks to actually like getting the machine to work properly instead of like the way it's intended to work.
Hmm.
Like a little tricks to like let the machine go, oh hey, this is test mode, and the claw strength would increase and everything. Guy would like come home with like hundreds of dollars of plushes or whatever is in the claw machine. After a while, people just had to look out for him and like get him out of there because he was making bank off of
Was he
it's supposed to
selling
take
the
your
stuffed
money.
animals?
I think so. I want to
Well, I
say
guess
like
it wouldn't be, because it's not just sometimes only stuffed animals in those claw machines. There's like phones and stuff.
yeah. I mean, like imagine like clearing out a plush machine. Like, hey, I got these plushes for like 50 cents or $1 a piece. I'm going to sell them for $5 a piece. That's literally like 5 times the amount of money you put in the
I'm going
machine
to sell these
per
right
plush you
outside your
sell.
restaurant. Have fun.
Yeah. You go take out a Pokemon plush, you can sell those plushies easily.
Oh yeah. Did you
It's
see
like, hey,
the
$5 Pokemon plushies.
did you see the Pokemon cards at McDonald's?
Yeah.
There's like
My
people are
daughters
like
actually
ruining
have
it.
a few of those.
Like
Huh?
people are going there and just buying like all of them.
Like I don't understand why they didn't think that was going to happen.
Yeah,
I mean,
because
Pokemon
they're
cards are
limited
hot right
edition
now.
cards.
You don't think collectors are going to get their hands on that? Are you
Oh yeah.
serious?
But you know, like to buy 4 of them is like $25.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's expensive.
McDonald's is making bank, but all those poor kids wanting Pokemon cards are,
I
kind
thought
of.
about doing it. I was like, man, I should buy like a few packs. Man, I was like, man, I'd
a
be an
few.
asshole. Yeah, a
Well, I
few.
mean, like, so the way I believe it works is it's all starter Pokemon from what I've seen from the
Every
girls
gen.
collecting it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's every gen starter, and each pack you get, it's random. Like one of those cards are randomly holographic.
Yeah.
So, I mean, of course, like your cards like Charmander and Pikachu are gonna be really sought after, and the original starters Bulbasaur and Charmander will also be sought after. So, like, you got these collectors, like just getting like pack after pack after pack, trying to like get all these holographics, so they have a full set of the holographics, and that's how no kids get Pokemon cards for the month.
Oh yeah. And like, God, so it comes with like 5 cards in the pack. There's 25 cards. You got to collect 50 cards and hope that you get all of them. Like you're spending hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, no, like you're gonna spend a couple $100 like for the chance of having all the holographics.
Oh,
But
yeah.
the other issue is like if that's where like if you have people with duplicates, you can trade off for like decent duplicates. So
Oh yeah, I agree.
poor children just want their Happy Meal.
Yeah, man, like
A couple cards with it, nothing more.
nothing more. Some cards that
That's
they're gonna ruin in like a day or two.
I mean, yeah,
yeah, I mean,
Give it.
at a
You
collector's
eat them or
standpoint,
something.
it's pretty
Hollow
rough.
Pikachu, and you see it online just tore up and stuff and like fucked up. Oh, some collector would probably cry.
Screaming at their PCs like that was gonna be worth so much money.
Yeah, there are some Pokemon cards that are worth so much money nowadays, and it's like, holy shit.
Can you imagine collectors like taking a look at ruined VHS tapes with their ripped up boxes?
Oh man.
It's like, man, that could have been worth like $13,000 today.
Oh man, if I would have known Beauty and the Beast was going to be worth $13,000, like you just
No
know,
one's.
as a kid, you don't think those
You
kind
just
of stuff.
don't know.
No, you
Like
I
don't.
mean,
even as adults, you don't know.
the things we probably own right now that like in the future are going to be worth a whole lot, but like now it's just whatever.
Oh yeah,
It's
definitely.
like the original first edition Pokemon cards. Like all of those are worth so damn much.
Yeah.
Like if you have a Shadowless first edition Charizard, you are making like a just bank, man.
Hmm.
It's like things like that, like from our childhood specifically. I mean, like shit's just hella collectible. Like,
Oh yeah.
just really good.
And it's crazy, like it's because like the big thing is when they first came out with Pokemon cards and Yu-Gi-Oh cards, everybody was collecting them. I remember like having my first Yu-Gi-Oh deck, and I was like, "Oh, these are all cool," and I was trading them away. And now looking back at it, I was like, "Man, if I was just if I was older at the time, I would have known to keep these cards and not lose
Yeah,
them,
yeah,
because I would be
absolutely.
making bank right now."
Uh-huh. I mean, that's just like a whatever you enjoyed today, like just make sure you keep it in really nice condition because when we're like, 80, we might actually have like some really amazing collectible things.
Oh yeah, like even some like just some physical games. Like I have like Final Fantasy 10 and 10-2 remake. Maybe in like
Mhm.
50 years that could cost a lot of money because it's not going to be being produced anymore. Or like a
Well,
PS4.
Yeah.
yeah,
PS3 games, I don't think they're still being physically made right now.
No, not at
Obviously, they're
all.
not going to be worth a lot,
There's
but
some
like,
PS1 games that are expensive to buy. Like they're very expensive to buy. I can't remember. I can't name it. Like if you have an original Psychonauts game, what?
uh funny you should mention PS1 classics because I got a
oh,
shelf
Oh, do you
with
have
a
like a
few.
shit ton?
I have a few of them. Hold on 2 seconds.
No problem.
a couple.
Just a couple. He's gonna come back with like
Yeah.
he's gonna be like, these are just all that are falling out of his hands. He's like,
I don't
I
know
mean,
if I still have any of my old like
no.
game. Like the oldest I'd go back to probably PS3,
I
maybe.
remember
Maybe a couple PS2 games somewhere.
so they're kind of dusty and need like wiped off. But like I used to collect JRPGs. That's reverse because my camera's an ass. But Star Frontier, Legend of the Guy, the JRPGs are like extremely collectible right now, especially ones from Square Enix, like Square Enix, well SquareSoft at the time. Those are like Black Label, especially. They get kind of pricey.
I
So
think somewhere hidden around I have the original still sealed copy with all 3 discs of Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, somewhere.
Somewhere.
Oh
I
hey,
know it's somewhere.
actually
Didn't
found
you
one.
move?
Damn.
Well, no, it was at this place.
Oh,
Yeah. And so it's somewhere around here. I also have a signed copy of Horton Hears a Who signed by Dr. Seuss
Wow.
in pristine
Wow.
Doctor
condition.
Seuss is a real person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the
You
author.
thought he was fake?
I mean, obviously the fake name, right?
I think it's a fake name.
Yeah,
It might
I don't
be
he's
want
not
a
a
fake
doctor.
name.
I mean, he's probably like a doctorate of like some sort of writing or something, like or
He could be a
literature.
doctor of literature, maybe. But
Yeah,
yeah,
so
I have that, and then I have the Final Fantasy VII hidden around here in the house somewhere. Which I'm sure if I found it, I don't know how much it would cost. Maybe it'd be a little bit. But yeah, I was like, I bought it off of someone for $60 back in like 2015. I was like, this is still sealed. I'm gonna hold on to this. And then I gave my
Just in
buddy
case.
a sealed edition of Wind Waker, the gold CD, the gold edition, and he got it broke.
oof.
I was like, oh my God. I was like, that breaks my heart. You're an
So the games I
asshole.
just showed you guys, if they look mint, they can go anywhere from like $50 to $80 currently a
That's not
piece.
bad.
No, not bad at all. Like those are a bit of the rarer ones that like most people didn't play. But if you have like you said, the Final Fantasy VII one, like complete mint, like jewel case is like barely blemished and the discs look good. You could probably find that for you can probably sell that for a little bit of change right now.
Oh yeah, probably.
So
But why sell it now when you could just keep it going?
yeah, it's true. I'm not selling those games. Those games are my
Oh.
childhood. Everybody else can fuck off.
I think I'll probably sell them when I'm like retired and I'm like I can't even play games anymore. My hands
Like
don't work.
when you're just about to die, and it's just basically like, you know, it's like, well, I ain't gonna use them now.
Ain't nobody ever using these. Ever.
I'm gonna be buried with all my games.
Everything goes with me.
Like PS 2022 was out.
PS 2022. I'm
Yeah,
waiting for like iPhone like 100. But I don't think we'll make it to that. When do you think like the numbers reset? So like right now you have Madden like this Madden's not a good choice. So we have like the iPhone 11. Is it just gonna keep going until it hits 20 and then 30? Or do you think they'll
No,
like
because like
I
eventually they'll like when they hit the tens or something like that, or like somewhere in between that, I feel like there's a point in marketing where they're like, hey, this is kind of tired. Like we're not the sales aren't like, you know, going much anywhere. So that's like when they break out a brand new series, but it's basically the next one up. So they just rename the series and start from there.
mm,
It's
what
like
about
because
Final
it's a
Fantasy
marketing
though?
strategy, you know.
Like we have
Oh,
Final Fantasy 16 coming.
yeah, like they're never gonna stop that. Like it's gonna be like Final Fantasy 20s when we're you know about to croak. Like they're just never gonna do that.
Yeah, that's true.
it's difference between like a product though and like a series. Because
Yeah.
at least they want to keep the name for like the brand and recognizability. Whereas like everyone knows Apple makes phones, so Apple can come up with like any type of phone, and as long as they have the Apple name attached, it's
still Apple.
you know
Well,
yeah.
like
It's cell phone for
it's
dummies.
it's like the difference between like the series Silent Hill and Resident Evil. Like Resident Evil is just now starting to it still integrates numbers, like, but that it infers them.
Yeah.
But like technically Village is still silent, like Resident Evil 8. Silent Hill stopped like numbering their versions at 3, and 4 was just called The Room.
Yeah.
And like it just kept coming after that, like like new games, like new names. Like Homecoming was after that, and I believe Downpour was sometime after that as well. They're still technically a numbered version of the series, but they just dropped the numbers. It's just a marketing term.
Forever.
But like things with Final Fantasy, like I truthfully believe that Final Fantasy will never stop the numbers. It just never will.
No, I don't see a point.
I mean, there's no point. It's like it's just numbers are old news, and but that's an old faithful series, and that's just like part of the antiquity of the series itself. So
Yeah. And so you guys, Apollo a couple months ago just finished streaming Final Fantasy, and then I know you're still streaming Prey, I think.
yeah,
Okay, so
When
I haven't.
Valheim doesn't take over.
Yeah, Valheim seems like it's taken over a little bit on your stream. But
I
that
mean
takes
Valheim's days are numbered because I'm just about to enter like the realm of it. The content is
running out.
almost dry, but it's taken me like what 6-7 streams to get there.
Yeah, yeah.
So
And I think it's only a matter of time. Like I've seen bigger streamers start hopping on Valheim, and then like I was watching Critical play it a little bit, I believe, but then like he's already done playing it. Like there's only so
yeah,
much content. Kind of like
yeah,
with
absolutely.
what are they playing, Rust?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Rust was like was such a quick burn. It was like a week and it was gone.
yeah. It was
Valheim at least is like gone for a couple weeks now because it's a slow burning one and it's starting to like, you know, it's picking up, and then eventually when like after because like I don't know, you have to put a lot of hours into preparation just to be able to like get through bosses and stuff unless you use absolute cheese strats. Or like you just like play it and it's like, it's not how do I explain?
that's what I did with Ark.
I feel like Valheim has the ability to be like Ark or Minecraft, whereas there's still so much they can add to the game, and it'll be a game that they might be able to revisit it if it. And I believe that this is a game that like truly has like that foundation where like people could come back to this like a year later, like Minecraft or something, and experience it all over again.
Oh, I agree. Yeah. And then I do think, yeah, because Minecraft kind of died out for a little bit, and then like, what was it last year, or the year before? It got like a huge surge in
Yeah,
subscriptions.
huge spike. All of a sudden, everybody was playing Minecraft. Every big name YouTuber or content creator or Twitch streamer you heard of just jumped on the
And
Minecraft
then
train because everybody loved it.
Captain Sparkles blew back up. I think that was a big reason for Minecraft blowing back up was because his song just blew up out of nowhere.
Yeah,
It
I
was
mean, like
weird.
sometimes like sometimes like big games like that are just fads and they come and go, but like I really believe like look down the road like 5-10 years and Minecraft might blow up all over again,
Oh yeah.
because like it's just one of those things that might like a test of time, like, and just be that one game everybody goes back to. I
Right.
feel like if if the developers of Valheim really pay attention and really plan things out, it could be exactly like that. Like I
There's
feel like it could be that way.
like there are some games from last year that are dying out, and like Phasmophobia for one. That game's it's dying. It be dying. There
It's
hasn't been a lot to
it's
it.
still got a bit of popularity. Like it's still like it's kind of like Among Us, where like it was hugely popular for months, but yeah, it is starting to burn out.
Oh yeah.
Like Fall Guys burn out. I feel like Fall Guys burn out a little bit quicker than other games.
Hmm.
But like those 3 games from last year, like kind of lasted the entire year.
Yeah, I think Fall Guys burned out because it just. I think one of the big things was the teamwork modes. Like it irritated a lot of people. It would literally
Yeah,
like cost you. Definitely if you're
yeah,
going for like
absolutely.
harder challenges, like winning 5 in a row. Like,
Yeah.
oh, my teammates
Well, like
got.
now it has a version where like you can just literally like not do the multiplayer co-op uh challenges anymore, and you can do like a full solo run through all of it. So I mean,
Well, there you go.
yeah. So like they listened and they changed that, but like the question is like, was it changed quick enough?
Yeah, and I don't think the answer is yes. But there are some games that survive. Like, look at No Man's Sky.
See, that's I don't pay enough attention. I am aware that it still exists and that it has improved,
They just added
but
pets.
I'm sorry.
They just added pets. Like, you can have little pets.
Hmm.
But no, I think. Well, it won the award for like. It won some award last year for like.
Yeah, ongoing multiplayer game or something like
Yeah,
that.
like it's gotten big. Everybody's forgiven the developers, all that stuff. Like everything they promised is now there, plus so much more.
I will give them credit where credit is due. They're a development team that didn't give up. And a lot of times when you have a big enough flop like that, the answer is to simply just give up. But the No Man's Sky development team has worked on it for like what, years now?
Oh yeah.
Like that's impressive. Like good for them. Good for them for actually like turning it around and actually like, making good on those promises that they did for the original development.
Yeah, yeah.
Because like what is it? Anthem just announced that their
Yeah.
development team gave up.
It's been officially cancelled. Yeah.
Yeah, so like it's like most of the things that happen like that end up that way. No Man's Sky is just one of those things that just didn't give up. It just kept going.
Yeah,
It's a lot of times more beneficial for them to just give up and start moving on to the next game because
Yeah.
like the amount of work it takes to try to like re-credit your name, I guess,
well,
it's just not worth it.
I think with Anthem, well, I think with No Man's Sky, it was such a huge project with so many promises that I think if they just gave up, their company was ruined.
Well, that actually reminds me of another one. Have you guys you guys know Final Fantasy 14, right?
The MMO.
Yes. Oh, did
Yeah.
like rebrand they did?
It wasn't a rebrand, it was a complete redo.
Well,
Like
yeah.
if you guys went around when 1.0, like I was one of the sorry, I don't mean to flex or anything, but I was one of the little jerks that were in love with Final Fantasy 11 way back in the day, and I was really excited for Final Fantasy 14 to come out. Well, 1.0 comes out and there's literally nothing to the game. Like the game looks pretty, the like exploring the world is cool and everything, but there's no quests, there are no dungeons. Like all you do is like mindlessly grind and everything. Like there's barely anything to the game. 1.0 damn near like sank Square Enix at the time. They even like came out in interviews and said like if something like that happened again, it would tank them. Like A Realm Reborn is such like a success story. Like I think that's kind of the reason why 14 is such a big game today, is because they took that game, completely like reworked it from the ground up while also continuing the original 1.0 storyline. Basically specialized event murdered 1.0 in a spectacular fashion, and then rebirthed it through a brand new game that they worked for, I think, in like I want to say 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
It was a beautiful story.
And now it's still coming out. Like there's a new DLC coming out for it this year.
And they still have callbacks from the original 1.0 as well. Like they really like held in there with fans. And like I don't want to like call out developers, but that's the difference between like developers. Like either you're in it for the money or you're in it because you love the game you made and you just don't want to see it fail.
Yeah, and it's definitely. I know Square Enix is definitely in it for the money, but at the same time, they do love their series. And
Yeah, they
they
wouldn't
don't
give up
like
on that.
disappointing their fans at all.
Yeah, they wouldn't give up, and I feel like that's something that needs to be like
I think
paid attention to.
I think Square Enix has definitely like. Remember when they first started as SquareSoft, they were a very like small company, and now they're making Hitman games. They've got Final Fantasy going, Kingdom Hearts. They got all these huge brands, like working with Disney for one. Like that's if you're working with Disney, you're at the top. Like I would say Square Enix is definitely top 10 like for me, and I'd have to fact check, but I think they're probably top 10 most popular companies right now. I
Oh,
think
absolutely. Like
they've
Probably,
definitely
specifically,
yeah.
passed Bethesda at this point. Like Bethesda's tanked.
let's
Bethesda's
be honest. A couple companies have kind of went under fire the last 5 years for very bad business
I know.
practices.
And like
Mm,
Telltale's gone.
Yeah, it's a sad
sadly.
story.
But they're still making but they got picked up by Skyware or whatever, right?
Yeah,
Skybound. And so
That
The
sounds
Wolf Among
vaguely
Us 2 is
familiar.
being made.
yeah.
Which
So in a way, they kind of made it out.
and there's a lot of
Mm.
developers from Telltale that's working for them now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like,
So
I feel bad because like Telltale obviously had like a much larger team, so I'm hopefully like a large amount of the members that still wanted to continue got in, and not just the ones that were lucky enough to jump into the lifeboat.
Telltale
But
came
about,
into the scene and changed the game. Like it was
yeah,
crazy.
no,
Nobody had
they
ever
did.
seen these kind of games before.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was crazy. And I know Apollo, you're streaming. You just finished streaming. Did you finish Concrete Genie today?
Yes, just finished today.
Okay, and so you're working on. You're gonna hold off on Yakuza because you're a little bitch.
No, I'm just there's like with all these games switching between like, oh, there's a free PS5 update, and then I just got the PS5. Even though like most times it's just like a graphics up. I don't even know what updates for it, but I'm like, if there's a free update, I may as well just hold off until it comes out.
So what are you gonna
Yeah, but like,
stream?
And then there's a different game, Immortals Phoenix Rising, because I've been wanting to play that game for so long.
It's okay. I'm gonna be honest. It's not as good as Breath of the Wild or Genshin Impact. I liked it.
Anything I've seen of it, I've seen it's like that art
It's
style,
it's
sure, but
very
like it plays exactly like Assassin's Creed Odyssey from what I've seen.
the humor in the voice acting is embarrassing. It is embarrassing. Like it's fart joke kind of humor.
Great,
You know?
I'm down.
Oh, I'm sure you're down, but I was just like embarrassed to play it. Like I wasn't even streaming it. I was just like, God, this is such an embarrassment for myself. I was playing it in front of my brother and was like, I really hope he's not watching this right now. Like
I
it's
mean,
bad.
as a grown man with the mentality of a child, sometimes I
See,
do
I'm
be
sure
messing
you
with
too.
fart jokes.
You two would love it, like 100%. The combat's fun. It's very basic. It's it is it took a lot from Breath of the Wild, you can tell. But I don't think it's as good as Breath of the Wild. I know you both don't like Breath of the Wild that much.
I mean, I've never even played it. Like
I've never
that's
played it.
Oh, well,
so.
then how the
Don't
hell are
look
you gonna
dislike
bash on
it.
it? How do you bash
I
on
don't.
When
it?
have we bashed on it?
What? Maybe I'm thinking
I
of
just feel
someone
like
else. Oh no, it was
I
Value. It was Prism who's bashed on Breath of the Wild.
I think it's like it's one of those things where like since we don't sing its praises, like you automatically maybe like attested to like, oh well, they just don't like it and they bash on it. No, it's just like literally I will say that the weapon system kind of irritates the shit out of me, and that's kind of the reason why I haven't touched it. Because like I'm a kind of person that doesn't like swapping things out. I'm very like I find my way to do things and I stick with it. And like finding a weapon in Breath of the Wild and really loving that weapon and then just shattering in my own hands just like kind of gives me a lot of
Well,
anxiety, and like
the
I
thing
just don't want to do that.
is that you can always get that weapon back.
Yeah, but I don't want to go farming for a weapon. Come on, man. Like that's silly.
I guess that's fair. I don't know.
It's like I don't want to like go collect 10 copies of the same weapon just because I like that weapon. Just kind of feels mind numbing.
I guess.
It's like here I am 2 hours grinding this one mob because I need my 10th version of the sword to stick it in other things' asses, and I'll be back in about like another 2 hours to do the same damn thing again because they're all shattered. It's like again,
I think if they had
I've
a
heard
repair
so many
system,
people
it'd be better.
right. I hope when they do the sequel, they like either get rid of that system completely or they like you can spend money and repair your favorite
I
weapons.
think yeah.
So
But yeah, people sing its praises. People are always on the fence about that. That's the biggest thing is the weapon system.
Well, I mean, like that's the thing. Like I won't like knock it too hard because that's the only explanation I can give as to why I've not fucked with the game. But I've heard so many other people fuck with the game that I agree. I believe you that Breath of the Wild is a good game.
Yeah, it won Game of the Year.
Yeah, I mean, it's Game of the Year. Then again, Uncharted is a series that I won't touch because it wasn't for me. But that's one that I could probably be like, I don't know if that's Game of the Year.
I think 4 is definitely Game of the Year worthy. You have two great voice actors. I can't remember their names to save my life right now, but
Troy Baker.
Troy
I
Baker in
do.
oh shit.
There's like 5 voice actors' names that you need to know.
Is
That's
Is it Troy
it.
Baker or Nolan North?
It's Nolan North. Yep.
Yeah.
Two
Yeah.
amazing voice actors playing brothers. Like, come on.
I mean,
And they've already done so much stuff together. It was just
it's actor chemistry. Like when you get
Oh,
a good
yeah.
actor chemistry going, like they could carry an entire game through voice acting by themselves.
Yeah, like there's movies that are carried just by actors.
Oh, absolutely.
like
Look
this
at the
movie
Marvel
sucked
Cinematic
without them.
Universe. Like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, some of those movies literally float upon their actors' chests, and that's it.
Oh yeah.
Some of them are amazing, but like some of the like the acting in it like carries the entire damn movie.
Oh yeah, definitely. It definitely does. And then yeah, I agree. But yeah, I hope you like Phoenix Rising. I'll obviously be watching. I played a little bit of it and was like, I just can't anymore.
I will just be a slut for anything that has Greek mythology in it.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not gonna lie.
Don't get me wrong, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's not award winning for anything, I'll tell you that. And everybody in it is Russian. It doesn't make sense.
If the Game Awards this year didn't tell us anything, it's like anything's Game of the Year material, depending on like what it does.
Yeah.
Like, do you think Among Us needed like 3 different awards?
No, I don't.
Do you think that game needed 3 different awards? No, but they fucking they did it, and they're popular, and it's kind of like a wholesome story that they were able to come out of the woodwork for a game that they've had for years and win those awards.
Do you think Last of Us Part 2 deserved Game of the Year?
Don't hate me. But yes, I do.
What?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Did you see the look on Neil Druckmann's face when he won? Like he was like, "Yep, I knew I was gonna win."
I mean, of course he knew because
it took so much bash all year, and then all of a sudden you win Game of the Year when you were going up against like Ghost of Tsushima, all these other games.
I think every single game on the list deserved the title, but I'm also not. I mean, if any of the that's the problem though. If any of those games would have won, I would have said the same thing. Like, yes, I believe that game deserved because Ghost of Tsushima, beautiful story, like amazing graphics, amazing face capture, amazing acting, amazing gameplay. It's a great game. Fucking Final Fantasy VII Remake. I love the shit out of that game. I had more fun on that game than any other game the entire year. Last of Us Part 2, still great. I mean, I can't remember what else was in there.
Hades.
I don't know anything about Hades, but I kind of get why. Like Hades like spectacularly exploded after the Game Awards gave it so much.
It beat Doom Eternal in Action Game of the Year.
Doom Eternal, like another one. Like if any of these games won a Game of the Year, I'd be like, yeah, it makes sense. All of them were very worthy. Like The Last of Us Part 2, there's no doubt in my mind that it deserved to be up there. It deserved to win. Just because of the backlash, like it doesn't matter about that. It's just the game is fucking solid. It's more than solid. I enjoyed the shit out of that game.
So here's my bigger question: is it got all this flack all year? The viewer's choice was Ghost of Tsushima, but the critics' choice was Last of Us Part 2.
And unfortunately,
do you think money had any influence in it at all?
No, for the same reason that Oscars work the same way. It's critics and not people.
Yeah, okay.
Like the Oscars run the same way. Some movies that deserve to be up there aren't. Like, yeah, of course, like people's choices like greatly influence like things like the Oscars or things like the Game Awards. But all in all, the critics have like the say, and the critics who are looking at more of an artistic standpoint than what the fans want, like could easily say, no, well, this is a good game. Like there's nothing artistically wrong with The Last Part 2. I will literally fight tooth and nail with anyone of why The Last of Us Part 2 is a great game and why your feelings just got hurt. And that makes sense. You're allowed to get your feelings hurt. You're allowed to hate the game. But the issue is if you ignore that it's a good game, then that's your problem, not the game's.
Yeah, I agree. And don't get me wrong, I thought it was a great game too. I loved it. It's one of the few games I finally beat. You know, because I always cancel out on games. Like Final Fantasy X, I was playing through it, and I just stopped.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know what happened with that. It just. But no, I do think I
Mm-hmm.
do think Last of Us Part Two is a great game. Obviously, I got upset when spoiler warnings. I'll give you 5 seconds. Joel dies.
Let me go out.
Can't wait for you. Joel dies.
Oh my god. The fact that they did that in the first hour of the game
Yeah,
was like,
I think
ouch.
it was a little too soon. I think if they would have
No, I
kept
think it was
it,
perfect.
I-
I think it was perfect because it was meant to be that way.
yeah, but I think what they could have done is not told us why in the beginning had Ellie going out and was like, I'm gonna get my revenge, all this stuff. And then a little bit into it, you know how they were doing flashbacks, but they were all in like
Yeah.
not order for some fucking reason?
Yeah, yeah.
I think if we'd have done Joel's death as a flashback, I think that would have been cool.
That would have been horrible, and I'll explain why if you allow me.
Go ahead.
So the whole point of the game, artistically speaking, is that it shatters you in the first hour. You're meant to hate Abby. You're meant to hate the shit out of her. You're meant to like feel the rage and frustration that Ellie's feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And like after like you get to basically the like it focuses on the very point. Like it shows you the flashbacks with Ellie and Joel where like it fills in like the 3-year time gap that's in. But like you start to like realize because like Ellie's on this rampage and the very final moment before you swap up to Abby is meant to be like an absolute shocker. Like it's supposed to like absolutely like make you go like, well, what the fuck? Like and like after that shocker, it calms you down with introducing Abby. And some people couldn't get over the fact that like that she's the one that killed Joel. They couldn't even be bothered to pay attention to what they were trying to say with the story. That like Ellie's a person.
Mm-hmm.
Abby is a person. Joel was a person. But Joel has done some fucked up things.
Yeah.
And he paid for those things in the beginning of part 2. Ellie was doing some fucked up things. In the end, she paid for all the shit she did too. Abby is a person. She did some fucked up things. Guess what? Everybody in that entire game lost everything because of revenge. It's not a story about Abby or Ellie or Joel. Part 2 is a story about revenge and how it takes everything away from everyone, and no one's happy when the world goes for an eye for an eye because everybody ends up blind, and they literally did in the game. The game shows you painstakingly that like Abby tried to break that circle, but her sins caught up with her. And she lost everything. Her friends, her lover, the people she was trying to save, her physique in the end. She's barely alive when she gets away, and we don't know what happens to Lev, her little buddy. Ellie lost her father figure. She lost her girlfriend. She lost people she cared about. She lost her fingers that she plays a guitar with, which is the last memory she has attached to Joel. It's heartbreaking. It's soul crushing, but it's what the game tries to tell you. Like, don't fucking get wrapped up in like hate and revenge tactics. Yes, don't forgive them, but like when you literally risk it all to get that revenge, you're the only one that it comes back out and hurts.
Mm-hmm.
Really, it does.
All right, guys, that was Artie's review of The Last of Us Part 2.
It is. Thank you. I'm sorry that was long.
I want to play it now.
I mean, it's how I feel about the game, and like I
No,
paid
it's fair.
close attention to it.
No, you seem to like be very it hits you in the home or something like that. It seems like.
It destroys me because I played I was late to the game on part 1, and I really liked the game.
Yeah.
But like and it was right around it was a couple months before part 2 came out. And I was like, I was so psyched, and I was so sad that everybody just got like really upset. I was like, fuck it, I really liked the first one. I'm gonna give the second one a try, and I'll just let people know. And you know what? Well, I played it, and I'm letting people know right now.
You're letting the people know.
Just letting
I'm
people
letting
know
the
that
people know.
they can all fuck off. It's a good game.
It's not even about fucking off. It's about like it's the difference of like deciding that you're not gonna play something because you don't like a choice that the writers and the director do, and just not even giving it a chance. It's a different story if you gave the game a chance and you don't like it. That's completely okay. And some people have. Some people just don't like it.
Yeah.
But if you like if you like a story from the first game, you should at least give the sequel a chance.
Yeah.
Like a real chance.
I remember when Video Game Donkey gave his review for The Last of Us Part 2, and he was like, I think it's an amazing game. And he got so much flack people were like, "This game is never gonna go anywhere," and then it won Game of the Year, and he made another video and was like, but it wasn't gonna win Game of the Year, right?
Yeah, I mean, like he's one of those people that will definitely like stab you in the foot. It's like hot. Well, you told me, but now I'm telling you, bitch.
Yeah, I was right. You were wrong.
There is like a huge like pack mentality that comes into, I guess, like just nerdy shit in general, but like specifically games too,
Oh yeah.
where like people, like one big person will have like an opinion on a game, and then suddenly anyone who watches that person on like YouTube or Twitch will have the same opinion, no questions asked, never played the game before, and it's like, what? And
I
attack
used to
anyone who has a
have
different
I used
opinion.
to have that mentality where I would see a review for a game and be like, "Oh yeah, I would never like that because they didn't like it." And then I was finally like, or I could just play the game myself and decide. That's crazy.
Yeah, like some
Hmm.
it's definitely like a fan pack mentality, like if you got influence, like specifically people will pay attention. People like Donkey, like
Yeah.
of course they went against the grain because they had a feeling. I'm going against the grain of like a lot of people. A lot of my friends that like showed me Last of Us part 1 absolutely loathed part 2, but I like went through and decided for myself because I was interested in hearing what the writers had to say.
Yeah. And it's
Like it's
only if Joel didn't die, 10 out of 10. Everybody would have been like 10 out of 10 best
Oh,
game ever.
everybody, there would have been no fucking problem at all.
No.
Like, they might have had a couple of critiques of like, oh, well, they're really focusing on this lesbian relationship, but like, that was always there. Like, it was always
Yeah.
there. Like,
You could always tell
pay attention,
Ellie was a
pay
very
attention to the first fucking one. Ellie was in love with her friend that she got infected with.
Yeah.
Like, it was clear, crystal clear. Like, it's some people just need to calm down, It's like me especially. I need to calm down right now, but like people just need to like chill, dude. Chill. It's a video game. Either love
Yeah.
it or hate it, but leave it alone.
We were talking Apollo and we were talking about this yesterday when he was streaming about LGBT in video games, and I'll be honest, I didn't really understand it, like what the big deal was. I was like, if it's in video games, that's cool. But then Apollo was like, but it gives me something to relate to, and I was like,
Yeah.
and that's when it hit me where I was like, wow, I actually fucking get it now. Like when he was like, they brought in what was it about some Irish character in Overwatch?
I was saying like in Overwatch, the character of Moira, just so like it's not based on like sexuality and people can maybe like understand that a bit more. Whereas like they brought in an Irish character in Overwatch, and me and my other Irish friend got super excited about it because it was like finally there's a character out there, and like she had voice lines that were in Irish that we would have learned in school and we would have known. Her name is obviously like more of a common Irish name. Place in her backstory would like mention different parts of Ireland that like we would know, and other people would be like, "What is this place? Like, what's that?" And that's usually what we're like when people are like, "Oh, they grew up in like this specific suburb of New York City or something like that." And I'm like, "Where?" So it's just that case of like sometimes having that extra bit of like you can relate to a character more does help. And I'm not saying like you always need that. Like obviously you can relate to a character's like personality trait. You can relate to like their backstory, their history, their like anything about them. It's just that usually in games, sexuality tends to not be as diverse,
Yeah,
but
I
it's
agree.
slowly
And
getting better.
you definitely helped me yesterday, like understand it better. Where it was like, at first I was just like, it doesn't matter to me, like who really cares? It's a video game. Like if it's in there, cool. I don't care. But then you're like, I relate to it, and it helps people like relate and feel more comfortable too. Definitely feel more comfortable about who they are. Because when a big company like that supports that kind of stuff, it definitely helps. I feel like people feel better, and that's what really like opened my eyes to that.
I think representation actually really matters, and a lot of the people that like get upset about like a character of a different race, a character of different sexuality, like or a character of a different gender, like miss the point. Like, okay, we've had a million badass white action dudes. Like,
Yeah.
do something like Horizon Zero Dawn, where like Aloy is like this amazing fucking like
Oh yeah.
parkour archer, and she's a badass. Like, add a gay character, like a guy that like is in love with a man, and that person gets like ferried away and like is almost put to death, and you got to go save him. Like, representation matters, but if representation pisses you off, this is a lot more about you than it does the game developers,
I
because
agree.
if you're willing to ignore these kinds of things happen, like there's gay people in real life, there's black people in real life, there's women in real life. the games are going
Plenty
to
of them.
games are going to have these characters as a supporting role, some maybe as a main role in time. But like, just get used to it. Like, not everybody's a
Look at-
straight white dude.
Look at Life is Strange.
Dude,
Yeah.
beautiful game. Look at Edith Finch, another one. Like,
Oh,
characters can be of different representation, and you need to pay attention to them instead of their gender, their color, or their sexuality.
I agree. I completely
Like,
agree
it's
with that.
like a badass can be born of anything. Just like, give it a shot. Stop being concerned about what's in their pants or what they look like. Just pay attention to them, the story, what that has to say.
And you know what makes me feel good is that look at Into the Spider-Verse, black main character, and nobody's complaining.
Well, Miles Morales has been established for a long time. Like,
Yeah,
just to be fair.
but a lot of people didn't know about him.
True.
I think a lot
yeah, he
of
would have been
like
lesser known than
like people who aren't really like big hardcore Marvel. Like, I watched the movie with my buddy Dave, and he was like, I have no idea who the kid is. Like, why is Spider-Man black all of a sudden? And I explained it to him. He was like, oh, yeah, that's cool. And then, like, I still think Spider-Verse is the best animated movie ever made.
I wouldn't say best animated movie, but I'd say like easily within the top 10. Like, if there's a top 10 ranking list, it should absolutely have a place on that every time.
Yeah, that's fair. I agree.
I'd say like it's probably the best animated movie in at least the last 5 years. Especially with a couple like good bangers that have happened during that time. I think Spider-Verse easily outranks a few of those.
I haven't seen a lot of animated movies lately. Like, I liked Moana. I think Moana is great.
Oh, I can say right now, like, if you don't think that Spider-Verse is Disney, which it kind of is, kind of isn't, it probably outmatches any Disney film that's been made in like in the 10 years.
There's just so much. There's so much hidden detail and way things are being made in that movie, where you have like comic book panels and comic book symbols just in the background. Sometimes you don't even notice them, and it's like, that's crazy. Or like, there's a scene where they're all in the grandmother's like house, and all their spidey senses are tingling at the same time. They're all different colors and styles. And it's like, that's crazy as fuck.
It's like the writers and the developers of that movie just paid super nerdy attention to all the details of like the source material that they've all been pulled from.
Oh yeah.
You know? I mean, honestly, if I gotta admit, like, I think so we had like a huge debacle between like Sony and Marvel over Spider-Man recently.
Yeah.
I think it'd be an amazing power play by Sony to let Marvel have the rights for Peter, like just let them borrow the like Peter Spider-Man, but Sony go full in on Miles. And I think the two of them could make
Spider-Man at all.
Marvel doesn't own the movie rights, but it owns the merchandising rights.
So only Sony can make movies and games, but Disney cannot make movies and games.
I'm pretty sure that Disney. I don't know about like the games section.
Disney owns Sony at the minute.
No, not yet.
No, that's why Sora isn't in Smash.
Well, it's also like why
the
Marvel Spider-Man game is locked to PS, like PlayStation.
I definitely think that's a Sony thing that they did. Like, Sony probably procured that through the right.
With the Marvel's Avengers game, Spider-Man is like exclusive to PlayStation.
Yes, because it's
the same.
Sony probably pulled some strings to make sure that happened, because Spider-Man is still in Sony's court, like movie rights specifically.
And if you own Spider-Man, you own Marvel.
Well, Spider-Man is the face of Marvel. Like, it's a fact. Like, he is the face of Marvel.
Yeah,
I will say the issue with like saying like, oh, one can keep Peter and one can keep Miles, then the issue of villains and side characters start getting a bit muddled and messy.
Then just like agree to disagree, but like also be able to borrow the entire pool. Like, hey, Tom Holland's going to be in this Miles Morales movie because we want him. Okay, cool, that's awesome. Give us a share of the rights. Hey, we like this Venom villain. We want him to be in the Disney universe as well. Cool, just give us a profit and the rights. Like, it's too. I'm really worried, especially with like the title of the new movie. I don't know if you guys have saw it, right?
Yes.
What's the new title?
So the third Spider-Man movie is going to be called No Way Home. That scares the shit out of me, because I feel like it's going to be like Tom Holland's goodbye to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because he's going to go back with Sony, because Sony wants to establish their own Spideyverse, because, you know, it's big money. Marvel's big right now. Why would you give that up?
Can they do that?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They almost did it just
Can
recently.
they take Tom Holland, who's playing Spider-Man, and be
As
like, "We're
long
gonna
as
play
Tom Holland
Spider-Man in
wants
our
the job,
universe."
yes.
Oh,
Like
wow.
as long
I-
as they want to take, as long as Tom Holland wants to keep the Spider-Man role and Sony wants them, absolutely.
Would that mean that they would replace Spider-Man with Disney to another
No, it means they
actor?
wouldn't have access to him.
Yeah, it means Disney would probably not be able to access anything Spider-Man related at all
Oh
for
my
for
god.
like
So
for the
no
time
more
being.
Spider-Man in fucking Avengers.
Yes, that would be a
I
thing.
don't necessarily
Which
see that.
means
I
they
mean,
would probably be killing off Spider-Man in this movie.
No, I'm
no,
the
because
way
Sony
I
wants
think
to
it's
kill
gonna
him.
go is that there's a lot of things going on right now with WandaVision, like sorry spoilers, with like opening up the multiverse. I think Spider-Man No Way Home and Doctor Strange 2 is going to open the multiverse, and we're going to have things like the Fantastic Four, the X-Men, and Spider-Man like going absolutely bonkers on the screen, and that's what Marvel Phase 4 is going to be, is like multiverse bullshit.
I haven't watched WandaVision at all.
You should. It's good.
I'm
To be
gonna
fair,
wait.
that's like a very mild spoil. Like that's more so a spoiler for like the whole Marvel Phase 4 as a.
I plan on waiting for it.
Well, is
to
it a
get
spoiler or a
finished.
theory?
Is it a
Yeah,
theory?
I mean, it's neither, both. The Doctor Strange movie is called like Multiverse of Madness. They're doing something weird with a
Yeah, Doctor
multiverse.
Strange,
Is
Multiverse
it
of
still
Madness. Like,
Benjamin?
oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Who's
it's
Benjamin?
Benjamin Cumberbatch?
Oh no, Benedict.
Oh,
Benedict. I'm
I
thinking
knew
of
who you meant. I just like
yeah.
kind of inferred the name, but yeah, it's Bulbasaur Charmander,
hmm.
Benedict Cumberquat, that guy.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah,
This
so
is my friend Benedict Cumberbatch.
yeah, so
These are my
he's very cool.
twins.
If you watch Sherlock, he's amazing. Benedict
Yeah,
is a
I have
great.
watched Sherlock. It's great.
Benedict is a great actor. I love
You haven't
him.
watched
He's,
Sherlock?
No, I
You don't
haven't
watch
watched or
anything.
seen anything.
No, you watch Drag
Also, I haven't.
Racing all day long.
Oh, I. Mm-hmm.
If it's
Literally
not
right before we
drag, it's
called.
like, bruh. I'm
To be fair, I
surprised you're
only
gonna
started
watch
watching
anything.
Drag Race. No, like I watch things, just not those things.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't watch the original. I didn't watch Doctor Strange.
You didn't watch the movie?
No.
I didn't watch any of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
that's a shame.
Those
That's
are
like
fun.
that's one of like the big hitters. Like
Yeah,
Guardians of the
that's
Galaxy came out of nowhere.
yeah. It was. I know it was like very popular comic. Nobody expected it to be made into a movie, but I mean, nobody expected Ant-Man to be made into a movie. So I guess fuck it, right?
I mean, like it just goes to show you, like Marvel's got like this thing where they
Oh yeah,
figured
they
out
have
super.
the movies. They have
They're
movies.
they're like so much more popular than DC universe movies.
Yeah,
Like
but the
so
DC
much more popular.
shows are so much better.
Well, the animated shows,
Mm.
absolutely.
Gotham's great.
I don't know about.
Gotham was amazing.
I
I
grew
like
up with a lot of
Titan.
CW shows. Like I just like it's the same
Mm.
kind of stuff over and over and over again.
I use like CW shows, not so much anymore. I'm liking like the kind of more original stuff that I guess now it's like HBO Max shows that they're doing. But like those ones I'm enjoying, like Doom Patrol, Titans.
I don't like Titans. I don't.
Mm.
I'm sorry.
Titans.
Like
They recently revealed today, like Starfire's sister's look. Oh boy,
Wait, Starfire? You mean
Blackfire?
Blackfire? Yeah.
Blackfire, yeah,
Yeah.
Commander.
I watched Teen Titans. The original.
See,
Yeah.
Titans show just kind of shit all over my favorite DC character ever.
What?
And they
Icky
made
boy.
him into literally the same cut and style, brooding, asshole, clammy, cold-shouldered hero stereotype that they make every other hero in every other show they ever fucking do.
Who's that?
Man, I'm pretty and cool and can't
Mm.
talk about my emotions or feelings. Ugh, no, Dick's not like that. Like the real Dick Grayson's not like that. Fuck you, CW. Sorry, fuck you.
It's not even CW.
Well, that's they started the shit, okay? Like
That's
they
fair.
like if you
I'm
like
waiting. I'm waiting to see what season 3 brings because like the Dick in that universe was like going through some emotional stuff. So he kind of sorted that baggage out in season 2.
Is
So
it
I'm like
all the original Teen
hoping.
Titans as Titans?
it's the popular
No.
cast.
So is
It's
it
the
like
popular
Beast Boys in it?
Beast
Beast
Boy,
Boy,
Raven,
yeah.
Cyborg?
Starfire,
The only one they're missing is Cyborg.
Sonic. Yeah. Well, he's in Doom
Cyborg-
Patrol.
Cyborg is I like
Justice League.
Cyborg. I can't remember something about him in the DC universe. Like I don't. Maybe he's just not a cyborg yet.
What?
Well, considering they're using Cyborg for the Justice League stuff right now, so like maybe
And
that's
he's
good.
also in Doom Patrol, which is like
Well, he was also
set
the
in the
oldest
same
out of all of
multiverse.
them.
I'm sorry.
Wasn't Cyborg the oldest? He
Well,
was the
considering that
first to
Victor
become
Stone can't
like.
age any longer, I guess.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true too.
I mean, like once you become Cyborg, you generally just don't fucking age anymore because you're half cybernetic.
Does that mean he's gonna watch all of his friends die?
Yeah,
Here's
probably.
hoping.
But did you see
Did
the
you-
What's up?
I think like Coriander will probably watch everybody die because I think the species of her people actually live like for thousands of years if I remember correctly.
That's Raven, right?
No, it's
Nope.
Starfire.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, because Raven will probably outlive everybody because that also depends.
Maybe they all just live. Dick will die.
Well, Robin
Dick
will die.
Yeah, Dick
Yeah.
and Beast Boy will probably die normal deaths, while the rest of them last for much longer. Because they're
I'm like,
pretty
they
much
can
not.
Well, did you see they're making a live action Powerpuff Girls?
Yes.
I wish I'd never known that fact.
I wish I'd never know. I'm very scared. Like, why do we need that?
To be fair, we don't need that.
We don't need that.
It's not gonna be for like people. Well, I don't know if you was watching it as growing up, but like, yeah.
And it's like they're just beating the shit out of people and there's blood everywhere. I'd be like, all right, let me see some holes from some lasers in people.
Yeah.
That'd
I
be
mean, like,
badass.
did I see this already in Charlie's Angels? Except now they're superpowered children.
Yeah, it's basically
Beating up a
that.
monkey?
Beating up
Didn't
a
I just
monkey.
watch Hit Girl whoop ass and kick ass? Like I don't think I need my '90s childhood like Cartoon Network stuff to be like dramatized like this. I just don't think I need this.
I just don't see it going well at all.
I mean,
I mean,
Hollywood has a long line of ignoring what people actually want just to
don't
make
think-
some money.
I
So
don't think any remakes lately have been good or revamps, besides for Pinky in the Brain. Oh, not Pinky in the Brain. Animaniacs.
Animaniacs.
It
Well,
was
it's not really a
great.
rebrand. It's like more of a revival type
Yeah,
thing.
and it was great. It was fucking amazing.
I heard it went really, really well. I just haven't,
And it's
had the
the
time.
only revival that I've seen has gone well.
Oh man.
'Cause
I
it
mean,
was-
like,
it was from love.
but at the same time, like revivals, remakes, you're kind of like over the age of what it's intended for. So they always have to aim for this weird mix of like trying to appeal to people whose like nostalgia will bring them in, but then there's still kid show property. So like the entire premise is going to be
don't-
directed towards
I
kids.
don't believe that.
Generally.
Because look at Teen Titans revival. Teen Titans original and Teen Titans Go are very different. Like
Yeah.
with Powerpuff revival, it's still kind of the same. It's just a lot more childish this time around. But with
Well, I
Teen
mean,
Titans
like,
Go, it's just a completely different direction.
well, sometimes you live long enough to see yourself go to Teen Titans Go, and sometimes you live long enough to see yourself do Samurai Jack season 3.
Yeah.
Like, I think they treated that very well because the writers were intelligent. They realized that all the fans are now grown people. They made the show much more adult and handle much more adult problems, but while also like paying attention to the actual like mythos of the show itself. Like, if you're gonna revive a show and not reattune it to a new audience, but like tap into your old one, you need to realize that like your writing styles have to change and develop to like where the people that love the show are now. I think a show like Samurai Jack like did a wonderful job like that. I think Teen Titans did not. I mean, I can't like stress that enough. Like, I don't like Go. I understand that people like Go because it's goofy and it's comedy and everything, and the actors are still like portraying the roles. And bless them, they did wonderful fucking work. But for me, Go's a no go. I'm sorry.
No go. Yeah, I feel that. I've caught like a few episodes here and now, and there'll be like Cyborg like shaking his butt on screen, and I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? Like, oh no.
I mean,
shaking that tin
no.
can.
Yeah,
it's like
pretty much.
it's like I feel bad because like they revamped Thundercats, and I hear like the original, like the remaster, like the remake of season 1 had a lot of promise, and Young Justice went that way as well because like they're adult shows with real drama, with real situations, real character development, and they kind of like get ignored because like their main demographic is like adolescent girls instead of the boys that they want to merchandise to.
Yeah.
But these shows were really solid. It's and then you get things like Teen Titans Go, and like you just it's goofy nonsense, which that I understand that there's a place for that, but I just feel bad because like all these shows that had so much promise like get canned for that reason.
I think
At least
more
Young
peop-
Justice came back,
I think
It
more
did.
people.
and it's still coming back. I think.
I think
Yeah,
older
I don't know.
people.
Sorry, go ahead, Brute.
I think older people were more excited about Teen Titans Go than kids, because we grew up with Teen Titans and it kind of just stopped on a cliffhanger. Like it was
Yeah,
never
no,
resolved.
it,
And
it
then
got canceled.
yeah, and then we see this Teen Titans show coming up and we're like, holy shit, are we gonna get a conclusion? And then it's just fucking like it's like we're getting punched in the face. It's like, nah, nothing's getting like resolved. We're making it look like it's My Little Pony, and it's all fart jokes. Go fuck yourself.
I think that actually like is insulting to My Little Pony, to be honest, because I think My Little
You
Ponies
know
aren't
what?
actually
I've
a
watched
class
season one
of
of
that.
My Little Pony and was like, this is actually not that bad. I was
It's
like,
not bad.
holy
Like
shit.
as a grown man with the two girls that are growing, they love My Little Pony, and I had to sit through a lot of it. I can name every single damn main character pony and a few side characters,
Yeah.
and I'm not really ashamed. But like, it's like I think that's actually like kind of an insult to My Little Pony. Like,
I
let's
think
be honest here.
My Little Pony actually has plot.
It does. Surprisingly, it does.
And it had some really funny characters. Like I liked Derpy. I thought Derpy was a great character until they changed their name, and I was upset. But yeah,
I mean, I think that's just character development, and I think since you're upset about that, I mean, like you're not really paying as close attention to the My Little Pony universe that you
no,
need to.
no, I should definitely
This
watch
the
more
Last of Us
episodes
Part
then.
2 run part 2.
But no, I was like, no, My Little Pony definitely caught me by surprise to a point where I was like, I'm gonna lock myself in my room and watch this when nobody's looking, and let's see how this goes.
I mean, like you're talking to a guy that's literally watching like anime that I've loved since I was a kid. Like I've made peace a long time ago that like some people will never understand like the fact that I enjoy like these cartoons as they call them. It's like life is too goddamn short to worry about what I like or worry about what you like. Just fucking enjoy what you like. Like
Yeah,
why be upset or like nervous or embarrassed about the things you find enjoyment? Life sucks. Find ways through it, no matter what the hell it is, as long as you're not hurting anybody else.
yeah. But you know, if I like something that you don't like,
Preach.
I might be hurting you. So gotta type about that on the internet real quick.
I mean, you like Breath of the Wild. I'm indifferent about it. You don't like The Last of Us Part 2. I love it. I mean, I'm not
No, I
hurt.
like the last. You know what? I like Last of Us Part 2. I'll give you an idea of something that you like that I don't really like, and I don't like Valheim.
That's fair.
It has no interest
I'm
in
absolutely
me,
addicted.
and I think it looks shitty as fuck.
I mean, I'm saddened by that. I agree that there are things that that need some work, like the character models specifically. But I think it is a good game, and for me, it's been my addiction for like the last probably like week and a half, 2 weeks.
Why does my
So,
camera keep going?
It's been 2.5 weeks going on, feels like.
I mean, it feels like a blur to me because I'm enjoying Valheim.
Oh yeah, I bet. Or
I'm like
you
trying
know,
to think back to last time I seen you stream something that wasn't that,
I didn't
other
like.
than
It was like
last night.
at least week and a half worth of like Valheim streams, and I'm not ashamed. I don't care.
I
I'm just
mean,
happy
Oh
that
no,
people are
you
coming
seem to
back
be
to
enjoying
watch.
yourself,
I am enjoying the
and
shit.
your
I mean,
streams have not been as big. Like I came into your stream the other day, you were playing Valheim, and I was like, he has a lot of people watching him play Valheim right now.
it's
I was
strange,
like,
right?
holy shit.
It's
I was
like,
like,
what
this
the
is a lot.
fuck? Like, I'm literally like streaming this for like the seventh stream in a row, and I'm still getting like really decent numbers. Like, it's like people fucking like me and not the game for. Who would have thought?
No, it's the game. Don't worry.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I mean, it's
to
like,
be fair, if you're streaming the same game, I think that tends to be more so the game too.
Well,
true.
I
But
think
it's definitely you.
I think the big thing is so like games will come out. Like look at so here's a good idea is Hollow Knight. That game can still get lots of views, and like there was like a huge issue right now within the speedrunning community for Hollow Knight, where one of the biggest speedrunners got caught cheating. He was using invincibility hacks.
Oh,
Yeah. And he's a big person, like he's the only one to ever beat True Radiance. Only person in the world to ever beat True Radiance, which is a modded Radiance fight. Only
hmm.
person ever. And he got caught cheating, and so Hollow Knight has blown up a little bit since then. But like still, Hollow Knight videos are still getting like 200,000 views on some people because they stuck with that game for so long. So I feel
Yeah.
like people like there's gonna be people that stick to Valheim and they're gonna blow up because of Valheim.
I'm not gonna stick to Valheim like that. Like I might actually like it's kind of like new Genshin stuff. Like I basically that's a part of being a variety streamer. Like you play what you like, and right now I really fucking like Valheim. Am I gonna go back and beat Prey? Hopefully, or Schlitter might be a little upset at me. Am I gonna play Final Fantasy VII Remake integrated? Maybe, depending on how large the chapter is. It's like you either become a streamer and try to like let your personality run the show, or you find a game like Valheim, like Hollow Knight, and you just grind the shit out of it.
And you be good at
Like
it.
and you just get good at it. And people come to you for that kind of expertise. I am not an expertise kind of person. There is no way I will ever be like probably ever find a game where I'm just like fucking like the shit at. So like I have to rely more on my personality than my
Skills.
gaming
And
skills.
that's the same with the
And I'm
follower.
okay with that.
Like he sucks at games.
True. Although I think I can offer like with Dead by Daylight, I feel like I can offer like baseline tips. Like I know all the killer's powers. I know what all the perks do in the game. I've got like the I don't know what it's called, like on paper knowledge. I just don't know if I need the skills to prove it.
So you have that you don't have
Experience.
you have
He
mechanical
has
knowledge of the game, but you have terrible like way of showing that off.
I mean, I wouldn't say terrible. I just recently uploaded a clip of the chase. Actually, that chase that we did yesterday, was it?
You uploaded
When I was
to
against the
YouTube?
Blight. No. I posted on Twitter. I think my Twitch too. I was running that dingus around for 2 minutes.
Let me look at this Twitter. Let me look at this.
Yeah. It was a great I'm not gonna lie, it was very butt clenching.
Was
It
for
was
you?
like a trilling chase.
So squeeze the glutes, like I could feel the blade literally on the
There
cheeks.
was many a moment where I was about to get hit and I just slammed the pallet down in a nick of time and kept going. Oh, she was a feisty one.
Oh wait.
The only
this
good chase
is-
I've ever had, but yeah.
This is your
I mean,
most
oh,
chats.
like,
Eating a lot. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna end the stream, go in and get something to eat because I am so hungry. I didn't have much. I had like taco fries. This doesn't sound like what is this?
this is the latest clip you shared on Twitter.
Was it?
I think so, yeah.
Did I put
You
the
just
wrong
chugged
time
a
in?
bottle of water.
It's
Oh
it's
shit.
not how your chat. Yeah,
Oh wait.
it's about your
Oh
chat.
wait. Shit. Yeah, no, it's not what I posted on Twitter. What I posted on Twitter was completely different. Yeah, no, remembering that now.
Getting it kind of red there, Apollo. You okay?
Oh my god.
Yeah. No, because at first I was like, oh no, what clip did I post? And then I was like, oh wait, yeah, no, because I uploaded the chase one to Twitch, but then I was trying to go through my old clips and like re-up, because I realized I don't really have any clips on my channel. And I was like, ooh, whoops. Don't really do that. And like, if anyone makes clips, you know the way with Twitch, you have to like go in and like physically be like, yes, I want this one on my channel.
Wait, what?
If someone else makes it, I haven't been doing that. And now I can't do it anymore because all the videos that clips have been made from are gone.
Oh.
Ouch.
So, well, I have access to them, so that's why I post on Twitter.
I've noticed Twitch will just make random clips,
Yes.
and I don't know how to turn that off, but I don't want that. There's got to be a way to turn that off. Because I'll have clips of just pure silence while I'm not even at the screen. And I'm like, what the fuck is this?
That's yeah. I haven't had anything like that per se, but like I've noticed that they do like tend to because like they have a new thing where if people visit your channel and you're offline, they'll show you like a snippet of what you were doing.
Yeah.
And sometimes that snippet is just not a great show of like who you are as a streamer or like the game you're playing at the time.
I think that's why they give you the option to have like a channel trailer, I think it
And I'm
is.
thinking about making one.
I haven't gone through with that.
I thought about
That'd
it,
be
but I realized I'm far too lazy for that right now. So maybe when I like absolutely
What else
have
are
to,
you doing right now? Come on.
a lot.
A lot. Just
You
all
know,
this stuff on my back.
Being a dad, being a husband, going through like daily life, also trying to balance my streamer hobby on top of everything.
What if you did
It
your
gets a little
intro
intense.
while you were streaming?
That's not a bad idea though.
See, exactly.
Like
I've seen most channel trailers I've seen would be like, so you have like a general like intro to your stream that you do every time. So you do like that, maybe like a slight modified one being like, welcome to the channel, cut that, and then maybe some like funny clips follow it.
I think I have a YouTube video that actually like serves that exact purpose. So yeah, it would just be like doing that all over again. But
it
I
would
mean,
just be
I could do something like
It is still time consuming trying to like possibly more time consuming going through and trying to like
editing videos can
find
take hours.
yeah.
And I just don't like. That's why I stopped doing YouTube, is because like I just simply don't have the time to edit videos anymore. YouTube is just like and Twitch is like an outlet where like I can just go entertain, and then when it's over, it's over. Like, you know, maybe some clip management, like posting a social media, but that's it. It's like it's its own contained thing, and it frees up my time quite a bit.
Yeah, that's understandable. And then thinking of time, I'm gonna be saying that I think we're gonna start wrapping it up soon. Well, we've
All
been
right, it's
going on
fine.
for a while, but I think this was really nice. I think this was very successful. I did want to say that I'm very appreciative of you guys coming along. I know I've been pushing this for months. I remember when I originally brought it up, like back in November of last year, I was like, we should do a podcast. We should do a podcast. We should do a podcast. And I was like, maybe I'm thinking too big. What if I do a podcast and just bring people on? And then everybody
I
was
think
like,
this
that's a
is
great
a
idea.
very successful. Like, I agree. I think this is a very successful like first episode for you.
Yeah, I think so too. And I can't
Welcome
wait
to
to
the
see
Igloo.
where it go.
Yeah, welcome to the Igloo, everybody.
Welcome to the Igloo. But yeah,
Hey.
I'm gonna go and call it there. Again, this is Apollo Plays, and this is Artie. Make sure to give these guys a follow. They're awesome guys. They're part of my stream team, my family. I'll probably also post down some other people's streams that I couldn't make it today, but you'll see them sooner or later. All right. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye.